Thanks, Russ. The Montana Department of Commerce says non-resident visitors spend $3.7 billion in the state in 2018. But will the pandemic stop people from coming this year? KPAX's Katie Miller has more from Lake County.
It's that time of year again, when the sun comes out, and so do the tourists.
People want to come back to Montana.
The Polson Chamber of Commerce says tourist season usually picks up in June.
It's just beautiful. We're not a big city.
Manager Carol Cunningham says people want to know if they can still visit and if they'll have to quarantine.
A lot of phone calls, a lot of out-of-state phone calls.
The local KOA says they already have normal vacancy rates.
Been promoting a lot more locally this year.
Owner Paul London says there is a decrease in European and Canadian travelers, but there are already 80 to 100% booked for the month of June.
People are realizing this is a pretty safe way to travel.
But it's still too early to tell how busy tourist season will actually be. One local business says it doesn't know if it will make it out of this pandemic because most of its customers come from out of state. That's because the owner says those visitors want to see Montana in one of these. Blue Goose Aviation takes people on scenic flights over the Mission Valley.
I had two gentlemen last year that are local that said they've lived in this valley for 50 years, and I got them on top of the Mission Mountains, and they said I showed them things they never knew existed here.
Owner Joe Kaburka says usually by now he has about 20 flights booked for July and August.
I just love to do it.
But this year he only has 2 flights booked.
If this goes into next year, we would probably wind up having to close our doors.
Kaburka says he thinks business will pick up by the time tourists are actually in the state. In Polson, Katie Miller, MTN News.
Most state parks are open around Flathead Lake, but visitor centers still tend to remain closed. You can check Montana State Park's website for updates on what's open.